A business card, don't let that be your apprehension. Don't let not having the tools be your trepidation. A business card. These are the gift, the prize. Don't let that be. You don't spend the money until you've made the money. And then you only spend a percentage of it, and you buy the best quality you can buy. You see a business card? Cheap. Strathmore stock. 60 pound. Holds a crease. Can you tear it? Absolutely. Looks like crap? It is crap. It's the same size of every other business card in my hand that you guys just gave me. These aren't even your cards. That card looks like crap too. One color. Nothing special about it. Let me see. What's it say on it? Name of the company in Atlanta. It's an agency. This guy's a CSO, Chief Strategic Officer. Wow, I'm impressed. So what? He's an officer. I know companies that are worth $10,000 a year, and the guy's a CEO. I will never make a criticism if I don't have a resolution. You see that card? This is the most impressive business card I've ever seen. It's mine. It took me 25 years to design this. This card is expensive. It's about $4 a card because of the stock. It doesn't fit in a Rolodex because it doesn't belong in a Rolodex. It's the kind of thing where your card should be so good that even if they don't like you, they won't throw it out because it demonstrates incredible marketing capability. Life is not about being liked. It's about being effective. My card is die cut. My card is foil stamped. My card is embossed. Crowds guaranteed. You're kidding. My card, instead of telling you that I'm a CEO, because who cares about my title, tells you about the result I generate. I build crowds. Guaranteed. What do you do, guaranteed?
What do you do, guaranteed?
Hang on. Before he starts, he goes, "Hey, everyone, mute yourselves, so then we can't hear you." And then he goes, "Hey, guys, you ready?"
Yeah, no, he's like, "Oh, you probably muted yourself."
Yeah. So yes, what can you guarantee? Welcome to Casual Rage. We are back. Sorry we weren't here last week. I had a baby crying on my shoulder.
What?
Yes. Yeah, that was you, Lethal.
What?
Crying on my shoulder.
Oh,
It's okay. Moving right along.
oh God.
Really?
Really?
Anyway, welcome to Casual Rage, where we casually rage out about the topics of the last 2 weeks, obviously. So yes, what do you guarantee, or what can you guarantee is tonight's question. So answer that in the chat if you like. What can you guarantee? I watched that a few years ago. I thought that was hilarious. He's doing like a little infomercial about business cards. About his own business card. Anyway, welcome our guests. How you doing, Lyndon? How was your stream?
Yeah, not bad. Panthers got up.
Mouthful of food.
I'm told you're meeting.
Yeah.
So he asked me. Collingwood won, so fuck them. Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. And you hit 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations and well done.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. I'll
Now
be doing a stream on that tomorrow night.
Got to get that watch time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Lethal, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, all right. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. We just finished watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, so we're set to talk about it. And Miss Jade Shadow, Mara, how you doing?
I am doing good for a Thursday, and I can guarantee that I'm a woman. There you go. I'm the diversity in this crowd.
You are. And that's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've said plenty of things in my time that are going to get me in plenty of trouble. Anyway.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
Moving right along. Saying hello to the chat. We got Christian. G'day. We got Roger. Hello. We got Daniel, of course. Whoa. Where did that go? Daniel's here. And, of course, Lyndon. What the fuck is this? I'm out. No, you're still here. And Tits as well.
Yeah.
We got John 42. Thank you. We got Blake. Well, that's always the case, Blake. I'm going to talk Star Wars no matter what, I think. And I
Yeah.
will always bring stuff back to Star Wars. All right. What do we want to talk about first tonight? Let's see. I wanted to just quickly touch on this. I know it's pretty stupid to bring up something that's been done on We Got This Covered. And it's just that it's been reported by a few other people in regards to, I think it was either you, Mara, or maybe it was Tim that shared this.
If you're talking about the article, then I think it was Tim.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, he shared that. I just quote tweeted the particular YouTuber's tweet about what we got this covered article.
Yeah, right. So basically, the fact that Jon Favreau, we're going to start with the Star Wars stuff because we're going to quickly fly through some of this. Apparently, Jon Favreau reportedly wants more control over the Mandalorian universe and Lucasfilm to back off. Now, we've been being told it was also reported by We Got This Covered, so that's why I'm not really giving it too much. But if this is true in any sense of the word, the only thing that I really wanted to point out with this was that where's the Civil War in that? I thought he had complete control over the Mandalorian universe already.
Did you want to be on camera, or because this is full screen?
Oh, yeah. Let me.
This is what
Sorry,
happens
guys.
when you skip a week. You forget how to run your own live stream.
But none of that. That was because I did that silly intro that Lyndon didn't like.
That was weird as fuck.
Hey, it's just like the nap time, but just a little different.
What the fuck are you on?
I don't know.
Did you not see the nap time ad? We'll end with that. That's a good little infomercial. I like that. What should I like
for you? Fucking hell, can't.
Anyway, I don't even want to go through this because I don't think that there's too much in this, but I just wanted to point out, I just, if there is any truth to it at all, I thought that Favreau already had all the control over.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This is basically, in a sense, contradicts what people have been claiming since The Mandalorian premiered, and that is Kathleen Kennedy has no control. Well, which is it? She either has no control. She either has no control, or she does have control. In which case, Jon Favreau wants more control. So it's.
Well, that's the thing, and I think we all know that she is obviously in control of The Mandalorian. Oh, well, in control of Lucasfilm. Mm-hmm. I mean, even the shareholders call or whatever it was with Bob Chapek, he says in that Kathleen Kennedy, they're happy with what she's doing. She's in control of everything in Lucasfilm. And, I don't know. Again, these were the only two websites where I could find this being reported, other than a Doomcock video.
There it is.
But yeah. Anyway, so that brings me to, we are going to talk a little bit more about this one, because this is the George Lucas interview that got apparently taken down after it gets all the attention, after somebody brings this up. Now, I actually don't see what he's saying. He's saying that it's out of control, and we will listen to it. You've all seen this, right?
No.
You haven't seen this?
No.
It's Star Wars.
I have pretty much checked out of Star Wars. So.
All right. So I'm surprised because people were talking about it. And again, the video got taken down after, I think it was a couple of years, a year or two. Anyway, I don't know exactly how long it was uploaded. This is from a school, and all these students just got to ask questions. Well, if you haven't heard it, let's just listen to it.
You guys are.
Can you hear that? There is audio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. But I got Jeremiah Camacho, one of our 8th graders, who has a question about Star Wars. So we'll go from the sublime to the sublime.
Cool background, Jeremiah.
Well, thank you. My name is Jeremiah. I'm in the 7th grade, and I really like Star Wars. So my question for you is, the world has changed so much since the first Star Wars movie. How do you think the changes in the fights for racial justice will impact the Star Wars universe going forward?
I don't know. I mean, I've kind of lost control of Star Wars, so it's going off in a different path than what I intended. But the first things are very much mine and my philosophy. And I think that philosophy sort of goes beyond any particular time, because it's based on history, it's based on philosophy, it's based on a lot of things. And you know, the first three basically tell you how a democracy turns into a dictatorship, and you end up with a tyrant, the emperor. It's a very important now, where we are now in our political history. The other part was that in there, it's like, I purposely, all of the various colors and shapes of the aliens and everything that live in that world, it's a normal situation. There's no real discrimination. The only discrimination is against robots. And we haven't really reached that period yet. And I'm sure the robots will be able to overcome it because they don't have the same feelings. But it really shows you in terms of the way...
I feel like that was a dig at Solo almost, that last line there.
Politics are and the way things are, you know, how to fight those ideas. And a lot of it really has to do with overcoming fear. You know, the thing that brought that, and also the movie,
All right, I'm just going to stop it there. What did you all think of that? I'm surprised you haven't seen that.
That's pretty funny. Well, it's something we already know about. It's being taken in a direction that is like not mine. It's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah. Well, it's also those rumors around when The Rise of Palpatine came out about how there was a Lucas cuts, and where's that? Because he's saying he's not been in control since he sold the company. So
Yeah.
obviously they haven't called him back.
Well, obviously we know how George feels. I feel like we know how George actually feels about what they've done to Star Wars. I mean, he's talked about it in interviews and obviously, you know, had his retractions and things like that. But like, you know, and again, this was from a year or two ago. I don't know exactly. Does anyone in the chat know? Sorry, I haven't even had that up. But yeah, like, what do you think about this, Lethal?
I don't know. I'm very disconnected from anything Star Wars, but I always thought George didn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, well, he clearly doesn't now. But I don't know. I feel like he's hurting with what
Maybe
they've done.
deep down. Maybe deep down.
What do you think, Lyndon?
Oh, I was about to be like, look, they've taken his shit and destroyed it. But we already know. We fucking know. I'm over it. Like, I can't get rage like you anymore, man. It's beyond me anymore. This company's a fucking joke. You can clearly see he's like, yeah, man. Even George is like, yeah, man, they're doing shit that I didn't want them to do, but I never intended. But what can I fucking do now? It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Much.
Well, that's how I kind of feel about it too. Like, you know, I kind of think about how I feel about Star Wars right now, and I think about what he would think or be feeling in regards to it. But, you know, I don't think there's any massive revelation coming out of what he's saying here. I think we all know that he was going to take it in a different direction. I think that's quite obvious. You know, they've even said at Lucasfilm, current Lucasfilm, that they, you know, did go in a different direction. I mean, you got Bob Iger's book, you get whatever. There's plenty of stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I just wonder, like, even in regards to The Mandalorian.
Well, doesn't he hang out on the set?
Yeah,
With the
he was
baby
holding
apparently.
Baby Grogu. He was holding Baby Grogu, so obviously he's
That makes it
forward.
okay.
Yeah.
Makes it good. Yeah. Anyway, that's
I
pretty
just think
much.
it's all like. George, I think George will just look at his 6 movies and say that's what he calls Star Wars. What George
Yeah.
calls Star Wars, what George Lucasfilm calls Star Wars, and what Disney calls Star Wars are all 3 different things.
Mhm.
So it's up to you where you want to go. Like, do you just want to say it's just the 6 movies?
Yep.
Well, for me, it's the 6 movies and then the EU. The thing is,
So
is
you're
you've already-
Lucasfilm then.
Yeah, you've already read all the EU stuff, so you pretty much already know
Most of
all the
it.
stories. Well, yeah, most of it. So you already sort of know. That's why you've given it all away. But yeah. Anyway, again,
I just think George just like deep down, yeah, it hurts him a bit, but I don't think he loses sleep over it.
yeah.
Fucking $4.2 billion.
Yeah, and he did give away most of it, but at the same time, it's like, he wanted to move on, and he's moved on.
Well, he's still raking in profits from it. If you look at the shares that he got out of it as well, I mean, 50% of that, the sale of it came in shares, Disney shares. I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow, they be dropping.
Yeah, and it's like people said that he's not losing sleep over it. Does it like basically emotionally hurt him? Yeah, I'd say like it does in a bit because basically they threw out his story treatments and went their own ways. But what he's going to do about it? He has no control. Like he's like just because he's on set does not mean he's condoning.
This is not the full Aussie.
Yeah, I know, but that is so funny. Good caption. Sorry, Mara, but that is hilarious.
But like for him, it's basically now it's Disney's property. So what they choose to do with it is on them. He has no control. Has no really vested interest in it anymore, other than to make appearances on set for marketing and public relations.
But
and for Lucasfilm, that's it.
Again, like another thing that points out how much he hates what they've done is he wasn't at the premiere of The Rise of Skywalker. Now, you can look at that one of 2 ways, but either way you look at it, it's bad optics. He either got an invite. What happened there? He got an invite and he didn't show up, or they just didn't invite him because they knew that he was going to blow up about it or something. I feel like because again, even in his answer and the way he's answering this kid's question, I mean, I wish I could ask George a question because it would be worded very differently than what that kid asked in regards to.
What would you
like,
ask him?
I'd be straight out. Like, how do you honestly feel? Like, I want to actually know how you feel about what they've done. And he wouldn't be able to answer it, but it would put him on the spot. How much would he have to beat around the bush in regards to finding an answer to that question so that he can just still maintain a sense of professionalism at the same time as answering the question without answering the question like a politician? But it would really put him on the spot, wouldn't it? You'd know if the answer coming out of his mouth would be a genuine, because he'd be so taken aback by the question. I'd ask him, George, how do you honestly feel about now, in hindsight, the sale of your baby of Star Wars? I mean, I know how I feel about it. I'd probably elaborate a little bit on that. You know me. I'd just keep talking until he actually gives me the answer I want. But yeah, I mean, what would you ask him? If you could ask George Lucas one question, what would you ask him? Lyndon, what would you ask him?
Lucas, fuck.
I would say, of all the places in South Australia, why did you get lunch at that one Chinese restaurant?
What a waste! What a waste of a question.
Hi,
You don't
George. Do you
get a
want to talk about
question.
Hi, George. Do you want to talk about a franchise that I don't care about and then you sold?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Or do you want to talk about the photo that was going around years ago of you eating at that Chinese restaurant? Everyone's thinking, "Wow, you're a millionaire. Why are you eating here? You got like the $14.99 special for lunch that day."
I'd show him the video.
Lethal, I want to feel like a normal person.
I'm bringing up the photo. You got to see it.
I'd show him the video of him walking past the guy in that documentary and go, "How do you feel about ghosting this dude for a sec?" Lyndon, what would you ask him?
Why didn't you kill Kathleen? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God, yeah, don't.
I'm like, how do you feel? I would ask him, how do you feel watching that video of Kathleen lie to your fucking face? Like, I would sit down and watch that with him.
Chat, what would you ask him?
Screen share. This image, I know exactly where he's sitting. I walked past it today. I know the restaurant he's eating at. This was from like 4 or 5 years ago. I know exactly where that spot is. So I'd say, why did you go to that restaurant and get the $14.95 lunch special when you're a millionaire?
Why was he here?
He was in South Australia, something with his wife.
Mara, what would you ask him? One
One
question.
One question.
One. What would it be? Answer it. I'm gonna leave it. I was
I
going
was gonna say, I was gonna say, how do you really feel about Dave Filoni?
That's a good question. Another good one that he wouldn't be able to answer, like truthfully, but you'd know, you'd gauge a response from his reaction to it.
Well, you know, he kind of just did his own thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's very monotone though, George Lucas, isn't he?
Dave's stuff was beautifully made.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that Biggles.
Wow.
No one's got any other questions.
So basically he's wondering if it was before, during, or after, right?
You know, in all honesty, if I saw him out and about, I'd probably just like nod my head at him and walk past.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but in like an interview situation like this, where you've actually been given the time to, you know, prepare and ask a question,
I'd be more interested in talking to him about American Graffiti.
So what would you ask him?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
How did Star Wars affect American Graffiti?
Or the other way around.
Or the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. I think we all already.
Or ask him, when's Howard the Duck going to be part of the MCU?
Yeah, when's Howard the Duck in the MCU? Yeah, that's.
He already has been. He was in.
I don't want that version of Howard. I want the Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or I'd say, did the Chinese lady that served you at the restaurant notice who you were?
I don't know. That's a good one. Indiana 4, why?
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 Yeah, just why?
So was Jar Jar really a Sith Lord this whole time?
Watching that movie again for the trivia, it only really starts to get bad when Shia LaBeouf's character enters into everything up to that point is actually pretty decent in retrospect. It's not exactly as bad as I remember, but it's not good.
The end is what
LaBeouf's character.
The end is what kills it.
Well, it definitely kills it. It definitely kills it.
It's like the remake of Karate Kid. It's that end kick that kills it.
No, I will argue tooth and nail that movie is terrible from the very beginning.
What, Karate Kid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
from beginning to end.
Oh, it's bad. It's a bad remake.
It's called Karate Kid, and he learns kung fu. Tell me how that works.
But
Jackie Chan is beating up children, not teenagers, children.
Jackie Chan, despite the beating up children bit and all of that, he definitely has a very good performance in that movie, especially in that car scene.
He's the only good performance in that movie, but he can't save it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They take the kid to the Great Wall of China, and all of a sudden he's a kung fu expert. I don't think that's how it works. But
No.
who am I to judge a drunk Jackie Chan that beats up children?
You saw that the final kick, right?
Yeah, I've seen.
We've shown it before on stream. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, now what's worse, that or the Vin Diesel flying headbutt?
I'd take the Vin Diesel flying headbutt over.
Last night, when I went and saw Godzilla and Kong last night, they played a trailer for the new Fast and the Furious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a new trailer or not, and holy fucking shit, dude! It is a full Michael Bay wet dream. They got like a car drives off a cliff, and like a plane like magnetically catches it and it flies off. And there's like this other car that like is tied to like a some type of like bungee cord, and it like flings itself across another cliff. It's fucking insane, dude.
Fast and Furious movies now make me think of. It's like whenever toddlers play imaginary games, and they go, oh, I'm gonna have a car fly off this, and I'm gonna have this plane magically catch it, and I'm gonna have like this, and I have a submarine that not only goes underwater but then develops wheels and flies on and drives on land. It's just it's like that.
You want my one?
No, this is you.
It's my one. Okay,
George.
Okay, here we go.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh my god!
Mara probably doesn't know what this is from.
Oh no, I've seen the original.
Oh, you know the dude?
Yeah.
You know the dude? That's fucking
This is brilliant.
Daniel. That was Daniel,
They
right?
came bounding over.
fuck off! Disney! You fucking
That works fucking perfectly. It works fucking perfectly. Every time he moves his head, fuck off, Disney, you fucking cunt.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh shit. I gotta show you this final kick. I've got it here. Hold on a sec. I love watching it because it's so ridiculously stupid. Here it is. All right. See, again, the story's okay. The fact that it's in China is stupid because it shouldn't be. But this really lets the movie right down. It's like what kills it. Oh, I didn't share audio. Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. All we need to
This is what kills it for you?
Look at that. Like
He doesn't even touch him. Like you can see, it doesn't even. Like I'm not saying but he should have kicked him, but at least come close enough to make you believe that you're for the stunt choreography.
Like that's just ridiculous.
He went to the Great Wall of China, so everyone's a kung fu master if you visit there.
Yeah,
He was trained by an alcoholic that beats up children.
Well, I've been to China, so I guess you're all fucked.
And he's beating up
but
children.
Have you beaten up children while drunk?
You don't know what I did in China.
I'd like to.
I think Hong Kong's harsher than China, actually.
Now, as a massive reader, or used to be, of the expanded universe, I want to share something with you, Lethal, and you too, Mara.
Why? Why do you do this to me?
Because it's fun, but it's
Have I not
also
been good to you?
yeah.
What have I done wrong?
You've been great to me, but I need to share my pain with people.
You
even
punish
if
You punish yourself, motherfucker.
I know.
I'm like,
you're right.
why do you?
Yeah, let's all leave.
I asked you on Twitter, why do you punish yourself?
Rhino's that dude that smashes his head into a wall and goes, "Oh, why would you do that?"
Like, are you sadomasochist or something? Because like, I don't even go. This far.
Why don't you just get a prostitute to like step on your balls or something?
with a high heel.
You know, that makes me think of, what was it? Was it like Hercules or something, where the big guy comes with the massive hammer and smashes the guy in the balls?
That's basically what you're doing to yourself.
Yeah.
No, we're going to watch this one together. Like, did you watch my last video at all?
I did. And I
You
saw
did.
the pain in your eyes.
Well, yeah, I couldn't. No matter what I tried to do in that video, I couldn't rage. I just didn't have it in me. I watched
Yeah, I
these three
did feel
things.
I feel a bit blue balled by it. I'm like, it's coming, and then it didn't
Yeah.
come.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Lethal, I like
Hopefully,
your retweet.
hopefully the next one. But we're going to watch this one because this is about a Jedi Padawan. And I think I mentioned to you that the Wookiee character, Baba Yaga, whatever the fuck his name is, sees the Force as leaves on a tree. In my previous video, not the last one, but the one before, Avar Chris sees the Force as music. And I just wanted to show you this one.
Centuries before the rise of the Empire, prosperity, pioneering, and adventure marked the era of the High Republic. Bel Zettifar is the dependable apprentice to Jedi Master Loden Greatstorm. Determined
What?
to prove himself,
Great
Bel
storm.
Bell.
What?
Okay, first off, the name is actually Bell, as in Bell.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
moving on.
Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Zettifar.
These
Zettifar.
fucking,
What the?
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say these all need to. They all sound like they're from Avatar: The Last Airbender. All these things. I feel like all these videos should start with "Then the Fire Nation attacked."
It's funny that you say that. There was another one that I watched in my last video where the images and the ships and everything, it felt like just like a sci-fi sort of comic look as opposed to an actual Star Wars look or feel. Anyway, listen to this. This is great. You'll love it.
follow his master anywhere, despite Greatstorm's unconventional teaching style. Bel sees the Force as a flaming light. When he focuses, that light is sometimes no brighter than embers, but other times it burns with the strength of an inferno. Billions living in the Hetzel system are in danger after a catastrophic hyperspace disaster hurtles projectiles towards them. Bel and Master Greatstorm are sent to Hetzel Prime to aid the planet's evacuation. And while Bel trusts in the Force, the two Jedi have only 80 minutes until impact. The Jedi of the High Republic are luminous.
Who cares?
See that right there sounds like Vector Prime right off the bat.
No source material.
No source material.
That sounds a lot like Vector Prime. Well, that was my initial thoughts. I'm probably reaching a bit, but the whole idea of an evacuation and a time limit to impact, yeah, sounds like Vector Prime to me, which is when Chewbacca died.
See, I wanted to ask a question of you and Mara as well, because you guys have read the expanded universe. My biggest issue with a lot of these little things that they've been doing have been how they've been describing how each Jedi sees the Force. And I've mentioned it. I mentioned it before we played the video. There was somebody who commented on one of my videos who said in the expanded universe, they saw the Force, like different Jedi saw the Force in similar ways. Is that true? Like, I mean, we've got a Wookiee Jedi that's seen the Force as leaves on a tree. We've got Avar Chris that sees the Force as music, and we got this guy that sees the Force as a flaming light.
I don't think it was ever like they saw it as that, but like flow walking, for example, was described as like a lake where if you threw a pebble into it, it would like, you know when you throw a stone into a lake and there's like that effect that comes out of it, but eventually it balances back out.
Yeah, I just like, what was the comment exactly? Like they see it the same way, or does that mean like they feel it feel it the same way? Because that would make more sense. But
I agree with Mara on that. They can feel it like burning in them, like when Vader wanted to fucking kill Obi-Wan on Mustafar. It's like burning within him to do it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me
Bel would follow his master anywhere,
to that bit
despite
again.
Greatstorm's unconventional teaching style. Bel sees the Force as a flaming light.
So he sees it as a flaming light.
Yeah, just like they're basically altering how literally how the Force works in a sense to suit whatever. When I say narrative, I mean like story plot
This
points
week,
they
the
want
Razor
to
Crest
have
Lansing
in these
Sorry.
books. So it goes against how the Force has been originally established, but then again, there's no source material, so this is how Disney is going to write it.
Well, this is their creative freedom, right? This is what they've
Yeah.
come up with.
The creative freedom is ripping off Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, they basically creative freedom is an oxymoron right there.
For them it is, definitely.
To be
G'day, Yellow.
fair, Avatar: The Last Airbender is pretty good, but
All the new guys that I've seen in the chat, thank you for coming. Not just another red shirt. All you guys, thank you for all coming by. Sorry. I'll show you this one.
It's like that meme with the two posters, and I think like one is actually Avatar: The Last Airbender or something like the animated, and it's like one of the MCU posters, and like can I copy your homework? Okay, like make it a little different so no one can tell that like it's the same thing, and like they put it side by side. Is essentially what Disney is doing. Like trying to pass it off as their own, but you're like, that's a little bit of Avatar: The Last Airbender, like that's a little bit of Vector Prime. That's this, and this, and they're seeing this just I don't know, just mishmash really of like different properties, and they're trying to pass it off as original.
It's funny that you say this, the Earth, Fire, Wind, Water, Heart. That's what I was going for with the thumbnail, because that's definitely what it felt like. Where I keep hearing these like different elements and things like that they. And again, I mentioned in my first reaction video to these trailers that I understand that there are Jedi out there that have better abilities than other Jedi. Not all the Jedi have the same amount of ability to do certain skills or learn certain things. Everybody's sort of different in that aspect. But again, this is the Avar Chris one.
Many abilities, some more rare than others. One of the simplest things that separates Avar from the other Jedi is that she sees the Force as music, eliciting tone, rhythm, and a beat.
Eliciting
Does
tone,
it
rhythm,
change
and beat.
based on how she's feeling? Like it's I don't know, Evanescence when she's depressed.
Yeah.
Wow. Nirvana.
Again, I don't know about the whole music thing. Like that's to me is a bit much. And then this one,
Centuries before the
when I heard this one, I laughed because I thought this was quite funny. The way he sees the Force. Hang on, it's about here.
He sees the Force as leaves on a gigantic tree with sprawling limbs, and his light.
Yeah. Anyway, again, my biggest problem has been the way that they're describing how these Jedi or these Padawans or whatever see the Force. Again, I'm not reading the books or anything, and yes, I am painfully sitting through them. As long as people want to see me actually react to these things, I'm going to keep doing it. So, yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to get your take on it because, again, somebody made a comment in one of the videos and just said, like, this was a thing in the expanded universe. And I'm like, I'm sure seeing the Force's music isn't really something that would have been in the expanded universe.
Seeing the Force, like how Lethal put it, where it's like, flow walking will like have that like feeling of like, a lake and things like that. But at the same time, like it's all more about feeling it than seeing it. They don't exactly see the Force. They feel it like what it wants them to do, how it wants them to act. Or like in Darth Vader's case, also like, how it raged inside of him and so forth. So it's like, I don't know where this person is coming from. It's probably one of those, I guess, fans that came in when Disney bought it and essentially thinks they know the EU. I don't know. But that comment does not make any sense.
Yeah. Charles sees the Force's Felix cat food.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, I'm glad you were able to sort of at least answer that for me. So I'm not like completely out of the realms of being able to criticize this as something that's not really that Star Warsy. Anyway, let's move on from Star Wars, shall we? That's pretty quick.
Yay!
Half an hour.
God.
I
That's
knew
a record
Lyndon
for
would
you.
be happy.
That's
I
a
knew
record for you.
it is.
I guess he's
You never-
saving it all for this weekend.
Maybe, yeah. You never know. It might come back around as it usually does. All right.
Yes, it will.
Of course it will.
Do you like use Star Wars as like metaphors in your day-to-day life? Like if you go to like a petrol station and they give you like $20 change or $5 change or whatever, do you go, oh, this is fucking bullshit. This is some fucking High Republic trash.
No, I don't do that. But we've got automatic doors at work and I always wave my hand. Always. It's
And then
just
you
become a
flip
thing
out and you go,
now.
I didn't have any fucking training. How the fuck does this work? This is
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
I got trained through the movies. I downloaded it.
Well, apparently a lot of people did that.
Yeah, true. All right, let's Lethal, you haven't really had a chance to talk about this, I don't think, on stream. Let's talk a little bit of Justice League.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had a chance to. After that, we'll go into Falcon and Winter Soldier. But I again haven't had a chance to go back and watch it because I want to actually sit down and watch it in one sitting. Because I know I can just push through it. So, Lethal, what did you think about it?
All right,
Just
let me get my message up
general
where I
thoughts.
sent it. Overall, I enjoyed it. I liked the first two, so I liked this one. I personally think I prefer BVS a little bit more. Oh god, where's all my fucking shit?
Oh, that surprises me.
Well, a lot of the things that I didn't like about Josda's League were still in here. Like a lot of like the cringy lines were still there in this. I found it really weird. Like I did like it overall. I thought all the fight scenes were badass. I found it a bit weird how Darkseid kind of just forgot what Earth is. Oops. That was strange.
Well, Jelly Luki posted a line. Well, I'll try to find it on Twitter. Kind of maybe excuses it, but we'll see.
The Ezra Miller, I'm not convinced. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I sent a message in our group chat of like my first thoughts. Some of the CGI I felt was a little bit hit and miss, especially with Cyborg and Martian Manhunter. Like there were some parts where Cyborg looked good, and then there was parts where he didn't.
Yeah, I did notice that a bit myself.
I thought there was a little bit too much slow-mo. And like I can understand the slow motion from when the Flash is around. I think that's the best time to use it. But by that time, it was already so overdone. Wonder Woman's theme music, her new theme, I preferred her old one. And it's used way too much. Like way too much. Like the second she does anything, she's pulled out of their music comes out. They did what no world has ever done, sent enemies back to the stars in their retreat. The boxes were left behind, fading from the view of enemy, anonymous among a trillion worlds. But then how did they get back to Apocalypse?
So I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I'm saying like that's the quote. So I'm gonna see where they would go with that.
All the fights were really good. The fucking ending. Well, no, not the ending, but the Flash. Fucking going back in time at the end.
Yeah,
felt like a cop out to me.
I liked that bit.
It just felt like a cop out. It just felt like a cop out. I was like, well, okay, how about we go back a little bit further then, Flash? But I've got a bit of a fan theory on that moment. Because you know how the Unity exploded?
Mm-hmm.
My theory is when the Unity exploded, it actually went through the boom tube and killed Darkseid and all that. So Flash also resurrected Darkseid by resurrecting everyone. Oh, and the first Wonder Woman scene where she kills the first Wonder Woman scene where she kills all the terrorists. I thought the scene was really good, but she didn't have to kill them. She did not have to kill those people. She could have taken them out, especially the last guy. The last guy that she like blew the fuck up. that was way overboard, and she nearly killed cops doing it.
I need to ask this question. Why is it a problem if these superheroes kill people? I understand in some circumstances, I do get it. But why is it such a big issue for people that they kill bad guys that obviously want to do bad things? It might be, last line of defense for them.
I defend the Zod killing because he had no other choice.
No other choice, yep.
Right, this one, it's like, you've got choices. You've got a lot of choices.
I kind of disagree with you there, but at the same time, we don't exactly know for sure if she killed all of them. Like some we see.
I saw that dude fucking brain splatter against.
I know one dude, but the other one, she's like basically throwing them around. So we don't even know if they died or not. We don't know. Like maybe they ultimately died in that explosion she caused when she evaporated the main bad guy. But at the same time, you don't see her exactly killing them. You see her throwing them around while she's getting to the bomb. So to say she's like definitely is a bit of a stretch in my opinion. And then her theme, I would not say that's her new theme. I would say like that is a theme played while she's fighting because it's called Amazon's Lament.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that music played too much then.
Okay, then maybe like that's your opinion. I'm not disagreeing with you there, but that's not her new theme.
Well, whatever. That music played whenever she did anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, because she's, I would argue, fighting for her sisters that she could not be there to defend.
I mean, like, if it got to the point where I'm like, okay, she's gonna go grab a drink. Is the music gonna play? Her head's turned. Is the music gonna play? Like, it was just used way too much.
Yeah. See, my biggest problem with the movie was that there was a fair bit of filler in there, as small as like these scenes. Like it might have been like the one that stands out in my mind is the singing at the waterfront and the smelling of the jumper. And
yeah, that's fair.
I understand that they're like obviously trying to portray that they sort of worship him in a way. And I get that, but again, it wasn't necessary, I don't think. And it's the scenes like that sort of dragged the movie out for me.
And the Batman interaction with Joker.
Yep.
I loved it.
Except
for that reach around line. I thought that was stupid.
That was ad-lib.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been cut. And his laugh sounds like a retarded walrus being strangled. It's a fucking terrible laugh. And the thing is, that situation I thought would have been perfect for like a full-on Mark Hamill laugh, especially like the way Superman rocks up and he's going to kill them all. Like perfect time for a fucking hardcore Joker laugh. Instead, I'm getting.
It sounds like me. It sounded like me trying to imitate him.
I'll give you that.
But everything else in that interaction, I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind the reach around line.
I thought it was just weird, man.
I thought it was just.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a bit of tongue in cheek between them as well.
Yeah, I still stick with my like score around like an 8.5 thereabouts, because it's like a lot of it where it does slow down, I think could have been trimmed. It did not have to be. I mean, I don't have a problem with the movie being like 4 hours long because I can sit through the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah,
but they have to engage me, like draw me in entirely. And if I feel like it's dragging at points, I'm like, yeah, you could cut it here, you could trim it here. We don't need this line.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got no problem with its length. I mean, I agree it could have been cut down a little bit, but overall, I did like it. But the things that stood out to me that annoyed me really fucking annoyed me, and quite a bit of it was stuff that was there in the 2017 version was still here.
Yeah,
like the cloth is still covering Batman. The cloth is still covering him.
I know. I mean, I don't know why they he had that part. I mean, I could kind of see it, reason why, but at the same time, it's like
I don't see any reason to it.
No, I'm saying like it's because Gordon's I don't know how to explain it. Gordon's trying to see him. He's kind of still not exactly in the shadows, but he's not out in the open until Gordon walks past. But my biggest issue, like I could overlook that, but my biggest issue with like what was kept in as far as Batman was when he says his superpowers is he's rich. I was like, no, that's not something Batman would say.
Yeah, same with the cyborg interaction. I'm real when it needs to be. See,
Yeah.
these are all scenes that I've been extremely critical of since 2017, and they're still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See,
all the fucking fights I thought were fucking fantastic. I loved all the fights.
did you like the redo
when-
of the fight in the park?
Yeah, it was better.
No, way better.
It was way fucking better because they took out that stupid shit at the end.
Mm-hmm.
They took
way
out a lot of
fucking better.
stupid shit in that fight.
Way fucking better. And the part when Steppenwolf attacks Themyscira, I think probably one of my favorite parts. That was fucking awesome. When he's chasing them all and he like just grabs that horse and throws it. That was badass. Steppenwolf was like a cajillion times better in this one than he was in the 2017 one. And seeing getting like his horn like burnt off by Superman when Superman just gives him the fucking flogging, like that was so cool. I knew how he was going to die because I've been following this for a long, long time. So I knew that's exactly how he was going to die. I knew about his head rolling through the portal, through the boom tube as well. But I think like my absolute favorite part was like that 30-second montage of Darkseid killing everyone. That was cool, man. When he stabs fucking Aquaman. I wish it showed how Wonder Woman died, but they just showed like the funeral. But I'd love to see how he killed her. Seeing how he killed Aquaman was great. Superman holding Lois Lane's burnt body in the Batcave. You can actually tell that's the Batcave because the Robin suit's in the background.
See, this is the bit that I missed. I didn't see that.
Yeah, the Robin suit's in the background. So it's in the Batcave. And it's the same scene from Man of Steel when he kills Zod. They've just like CGI'd it. Clown World review. That's fucking brilliant.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Yeah, but that was probably my favorite part of that. But I really liked pretty much everything else.
Yeah, you've talked about it a little bit, Lyndon, but what did you sort of think of it? I know you liked it.
Yeah, I think I was talking to Mara for like a fair bit after my stream. We went over it and pretty much the same thing. Like there's a few parts I was like, oh yeah, could trim that a little bit, waning a little bit long in this bit. But when the action was on, man, I'm like, holy fuck, yeah, all in. I think, yeah, Themyscira, my favorite, and the history lesson. I fucking love that bit.
Yeah, the history lesson
The
was
history
awesome.
lesson. I forgot about that. I liked the history lesson, but I feel Hooks has kind of got his ass kicked way too fucking easily. And way too quickly as well.
But the thing is that
lantern was dope.
There was lanterns protected. There was a lot of protectors in that fight.
Yeah, there was lanterns and old gods.
There
and
were
all that type of
yeah.
shit. I get that, but I would like to have seen him do a bit more damage.
Yeah, we didn't
No,
really
yeah, I mean, they could have maybe where they trimmed it up on like some scenes, they could have maybe added a little bit to the history lesson scene so we could actually see Darkseid or Uxas basically actually wrecking shit in the history lesson. We see it a little bit, but not a lot.
And I guess the Grail rumors weren't true. I
Unless
was always
he shows up
50,
in,
50, 50 on that one. Like,
Unless he shows up in like, I don't know. If he were to be allowed to make like Justice League 2 at least, you think like he'd bring her in for that?
Nah, if she wasn't in this, I don't think so.
I agree with Blue Eyed Scorpio. I really like the slow mo scenes, but I'm a sucker for that stuff especially when it looks good. But
I just thought that was just too much, and then like it just made the Flash scenes.
It should have been saved for
too
just
much.
Flash scenes. I will give you that. Like it again, like it's instances where it's like he did not have to do exactly what he did, but it doesn't exactly take away from my enjoyment of the movie. So
yeah, it doesn't for me either. Yeah, I thought it was good. I really enjoyed the slow mo stuff. I love seeing the car crash and like all of that was really
Yeah,
really
that
well
was all
done.
cool as slow mo. My problem with like everything else was slow mo. But the ending should have been Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan that goes to see Bruce at home. I feel that makes more sense than Martian Manhunter. The Martian Manhunter scene with Lois.
Yeah.
After speaking with Ryan about it, I agree with Ryan. That should have just been actually Martha, not Martian Manhunter. Not Martian Manhunter. That should have just been Martha talking with Lois, because they actually have a really nice bonding moment about someone they both love who's passed away. Right? So that's all out the window because it's Martian Manhunter. And so what happens when Martha is actually in Metropolis, right? And Martha's going to ring her up and be like, "Oh, I'm in Metropolis. I should come visit you. Where do you live?" And Lois is going to be like, "You know where I live." She's like, "No, I don't."
Yeah.
Again, I haven't seen that scene yet.
And
I do need to go back and rewatch
my
it.
thing with Martian Manhunter. So far, right? This is another reason why I felt it should have been a Green Lantern that comes at the end to talk to Bruce. Because it's Martian Manhunter, we've had him ignore the Zod fight, the Doomsday fight, and the Steppenwolf invasion. He's just sat quietly on all three of them. That's why I felt like if it was Green Lantern coming down, it would have made more sense, because you can say he wasn't there for any of it. And then you can have them all be like, well, Martian Manhunter, now's the fucking time. Darkseid's coming. The anti-life equation is here. Shit's getting real. We actually need you now. And the Deathstroke scene was actually different from the 2017 version. Because in the 2017 version, Luthor said something about making
A League
what?
A League of Their Own, essentially.
Yeah, he hinted at like Legion of Doom or some shit.
Yeah, I don't think he comes
This
on
one-
and names it, but yeah, he references it in a way. But
Yep.
those were lines that Joss Whedon had Jesse Eisenberg come back and reshoot.
Yeah. And then in this one, it was supposed to set up the Ben Affleck Batman movie.
Yeah.
Because Lex Luthor, because Slade's like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck about any of this. I'm out. And then Lex goes, oh, by the way, his name's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And then that's when Slade's like, no shit, you don't say. So that was supposed to set up the Ben Affleck Batman movie. It actually sets up a lot of things. Like, I want to know what Steppenwolf's big fuck up was. Because when he phone calls Desaad's like, we're not even going to talk to you until you've conquered another 50,000 worlds. We don't even want to fucking hear from you until then. So it's like, well, what did Steppenwolf do to fuck up so badly that he feels like he has to regain his honor? And that's something that I thought would have been really fucking cool. What does that say?
It says,
I'm confused about two things. So was that guy Martian Manhunter Man and Steel the whole time? Yes. And why didn't Darkseid know he was fighting on Earth in the history lesson?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Earth
exactly.
Earth. Well, I mean, I don't know. Technically, Earth wasn't even named back then, so it would have been
that place. That place that got fucked up.
It would have been planet number
that one planet where we lost. That one specific, the only planet.
The only planet that we haven't won. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's talking about still conquering worlds. So technically, I would say that they lost on some.
No, they say it. They say this is the one that beat him.
Well, I don't know.
And that's why it's like, well, what the fuck? So how did you forget? Like, did they smack your head that hard that you forgot it's there?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that he. I mean, the thing is that we're never going to see any more of this, but it is kind of weird how he just sort of wouldn't you actually know where Earth is?
Well, see, the thing is, then okay, how did they get home then? If you're telling me that the navigation and all that type of shit, blah, 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 that's why they can't get back there because they don't know how to get back there. I could buy that if they didn't make it back to Apocalypse, which they did.
Okay. I don't know if you want to see this. This is what the original slate would have been. So you got Man of Steel.
I remember this, yeah.
BVS 16 with Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 2017, and then it all fell apart.
Yeah.
Justice League, Flash,
See, I don't think that's actually correct.
This is one of.
Well, you reckon Batman was supposed to come after Justice League?
Yeah,
It could have been one of these.
that could have been that one.
Could have been
Yeah.
one of these. Switched it. These untitled ones, and then you would have had Justice League Part 2 in between that because Shazam was moved up. Aquaman came out. Then you got a Cyborg and a Green Lantern, and then 2 untitled, which could have been a Superman 2 and a Batman.
Yeah.
And would
See,
would that
no,
have
I think
all
the
been
untitled.
Snyder?
I think the untitled was gonna be the Nightwing movie.
Yeah.
And that was all going to
Um,
be Snyderverse.
But how are they going to do
Snyderverse, not
How are they going to
directed
do
by all of
Nightwing?
them.
How are they going to do Nightwing when Dick's dead?
Yeah, that's why it was could have been anything. Who knows, man? But as far as plot holes go, I feel like that's the jarring one for Justice League is Darkseid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
not
motherfucker has no brain.
knowing where Earth is.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but that's probably the biggest one.
How'd you feel about the black suit? Lethal?
Yeah, dope. Loved it.
Loved it all.
Fuck.
I
Yeah,
love
that
that
was
when he
fucking
rolls
awesome.
up and it's just bang and the axe is just right there. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, and the way he just blows on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like not impressed.
it just blows on it.
It's pretty cool the way like they constantly references like, dude, we need Superman. Like this wouldn't be a big deal if we had Superman.
Mhm.
And the boom tube scene, I really like the boom tube scene when they're just staring at each other. Like seeing the way it was described in the storyboards and like through all the interviews throughout all the years, it was always like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. But actually seeing it, I was like, yeah, that was fucking dope.
Well, you
Like,
gonna say
okay,
something?
Jonathan.
What?
Ice cream doesn't exactly do that, but okay.
You won't remember every ice cream you've ever eaten, but if one ice cream gave you the worst case of diarrhea in your life, I bet you would remember that fucker forever.
I do remember what I ate when I got food
Not-
poisoning.
Not
mean,
the
that-
same analogy. Not the same.
But that's it, Mara. Like you remember the one that gave you food poisoning. That's kind of what happened to Darkseid.
Oh, all right.
I think there's a little bit of a plot hole there. I think it can be explained.
I think it can be explained. It just wasn't, and that's what I missed. I think.
Comes, that's right.
I think it could be explained. Yeah,
we're never going to see, because again, in a future movie, they could definitely explain that in some way where it's okay. That makes sense. That's why he didn't know where it was.
And my fan theory that the whole universe is Jor-El's fault, because if Jor-El didn't send Kal to Earth, he never would have became Superman.
Never would have
Zod never would. Zod never would have followed him. Superman never would have killed Zod. Lex never would have turned Zod into Doomsday. Doomsday never would have killed Superman. Superman wouldn't have screamed, and the boxers wouldn't have waked up. So once again, Russell Crowe
fucked it for everyone.
caused a lot of shit once again.
Yeah, he was he was the bad guy in Romper Stomper. Don't forget that.
The narrative's fucked.
The narrative fucked. Fucking Russell Crowe, you goddamn crazy son of a bitch.
Wasn't that
that's true.
South Park where he was like, it's
making
like,
movies,
I'm gonna
making
fight
songs, and fighting around the world.
Yeah, fighting around the world, and like I'm gonna fight cancer. Well, I can't fight cancer. I'm gonna beat up a kid who has cancer or something.
Jesus Christ.
That's one of their best episodes. That
I know what you meant, Jonathan. I know what you meant.
But yeah, that's kind of where.
You too.
Oh, thank you, Fat Steven Seagal. When's Fat Steven Seagal going to beat someone up again? It's been a while.
I don't know.
Yeah. Who should he beat up now? Fuck, who?
Oh, that fucking Twitch fight that's pissing him off.
Which one's pissing him off? Oh, by the way, Lyndon, I want to thank you for like fucking up my Twitch notifications because you rated that ASMR chick. I'm getting recommendations like, oh, you might like this channel. Like, thank you.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Well, is there anything else on
No, I
the
think
Snyder Cut?
I think it's pretty much covers like my overall thoughts on it.
Do you Do you guys think that there's any chance of the continuation of the story?
I've said this for years. I've said it's an absolute fucking miracle that this even happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that this movie happened is an even smaller chance than it being continued. But I think Warner just does not want to continue it.
Especially after what
They
you
don't
just
want to
said.
continue it. If it gets made, it would have to mean AT&T steps in again.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way. But if you asked me, is there going to be more? Yes or no?
We'll see.
I'd say no, unfortunately. Because didn't they even come out and say we're not doing the air cut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on fucking meth over there, dude. They're huffing glue sticks.
I don't understand that. Like, why wouldn't you release it? Why wouldn't you just release it the same way you did this?
I know. It's been a success for them.
It's so weird.
Yeah, they're oh, mate. This is why you shouldn't fucking start smoking at the age of 3.
Even man, I don't know.
It's fucking crazy. Like, you'd love to be a fly on the wall in those meetings and just listen to them talk.
Yeah, wouldn't you? You get so much dirt. You just hear so much shit being spoken. But like, okay, you just look at the overall opinions of this movie. Even the people that didn't like Zack Snyder's stuff have pretty much come out and said it's a pretty damn good movie.
I think
not all of them.
Of all his movies, this does seem to be of all his DC movies. Sorry, this does seem to be the most popular,
most well received.
Yeah.
Now that being said, the amount of people that have said that Ben Affleck is becoming the best Batman to ever be on screen. Now, there would be others out there that would argue that he's not, but, you know, if I look at the animated Batman and I look at Ben Affleck as Batman, I see Batman. I see the animated version of Batman in Ben Affleck, that the square jaw and the very broad square shoulders. And same when he's Bruce Wayne. Now, I must admit, I haven't watched a lot of the animated stuff, but from
do you know who gets way overlooked in that regard? I really like Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
I completely agree.
Like
But I
that
think
scene with Wonder Woman where he's just basically saying, like, bitch doesn't know how to make tea properly.
Yeah. But see, I also all the casting choices around the character of Batman, even what's his name? The cop guy that he meets up with.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
As
He
Commissioner
was
Gordon.
as Commissioner Gordon. He was excellent. So the casting all around Batman, I think, is pretty good.
Except for Leto. Now, I'm someone that's given Leto leeway because I do. Like, we all know that Suicide Squad was cut to fucking shit. And I've always thought, well, I need more to go off before I make a fair assessment. But if I have this to go off now, I can say I don't like him.
What, you don't like him after seeing what you saw in Justice League?
Yeah. I love the conversation except for the reach around line and the fucking laugh, but I'm like, I'm not seeing it.
Let me ask you, and this is obviously a hypothetical. Put what's his name's Joker in there? Why am I blanking on all these names?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Oh,
Heath
no.
Ledger. Do you think that's a better Joker in that, in that story?
No.
You know, honestly, I think I've always thought Joaquin would be a good Joker to Ben Affleck's Batman. Like, not storyline wise, because it makes absolutely no sense if you connected them to. But I mean, just like his mannerisms and the way he does his shit. You know.
Yeah.
In the Justice League storyline, Heath Ledger's Joker would not work.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd have to be something along the lines of either Joaquin Phoenix, or I would even go as far as a live-action version of the Joker from the animated series.
Well, that works with literally everything.
I'm saying, like, maybe one of
but
those other adaptations, like the Cesar Romero, like wouldn't work.
Oh god.
Heath Ledger wouldn't work. It'd have to be.
Like I'm not saying like to go to your point, Mario, like saying that Heath Ledger's crossing over wouldn't work. I agree, but neither would Joaquin's. I mean, just like the way Joaquin's Joker acts, I felt would be a really good for Ben Affleck's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Do you think that out of all the Jokers that you've seen on the big screen, which one do you think would be the best to go up? Is it Joaquin Phoenix's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though Joaquin's is like completely inaccurate,
It's not a comic book. Yeah.
I just wouldn't have expected that to work in that universe. I would expect more.
No, I'm not saying you take that story and put them together. I'm saying like you take the way he acts and the way he is and that shit. I felt he'd be really good to go up against Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you switch
the
story to fit it, yeah.
They really need to release the air cut. They need to stop being so petty and stupid. I don't understand why they don't want to put these movies out. I mean, they've had an entire year of pretty much no production, making no money, other than through their they're still making plenty of money, don't get me wrong, but they had to stop for pretty much nearly a whole year. Just release the shit. I mean,
and the thing with the air cut is like it's not like the Snyder cut where there's a bit of work to be done. The air cut is, don't get me wrong, there's a bit more to it, but a simple fucking re-edit would probably fix a bit of it. Well, quite a lot of it actually. You look like you're reading something.
No, I was. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know because I don't actually know where I'm at. So
what are you reading?
No, nothing.
Bullshit.
Okay. What tabs do you have open on your stream?
I was watching porn. Sorry.
Just fucking say it.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
All right, let's move. Let's move on. I suppose we've talked about Justice League enough. We talked about it. I've talked about it on a stream last week, and I need to go through it and watch it again. I'm sure there's a lot of context there that I actually don't have, so I need to go back and watch it. But from what I saw, I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. There were bits that I didn't like. The creepy girl sniffing the jumper. I mean, I look at that scene and go, all right, you reverse that with a dude sniffing a chick's jumper, and what is everyone saying?
What does she smell like?
That's basically a perfect example of where you did not need the villagers to start singing when Aquaman left. You could have cut it right when he disappeared in the water.
Yeah.
I know,
and even if they had have started singing while he's leaving and then they cut, it didn't need to drag as long as it did and get as creepy and weird as it did. Anyway, they're pretty much.
Would you have someone come up to her and be like, "What the? That's fucking weird."
Yeah.
Well, okay.
She's got a shrine of him at home where it's all just things he's worn.
Could you imagine?
I'm never washing this.
She's kind of like the Raylo equivalent of an Aquaman groupie.
Fade in. She picks up the jumper, sniffs the jumper. She keeps singing, sniffs again, and just as she goes to sniff the second time, Joe Biden comes in and sniffs her hair.
Thank you. I almost choked on my drink.
Anyway, they were my issues were pretty much it seemed to me that there was a fair bit that they could have cut out and it'd still be a decent movie. Now I understand that Zach wants to show it the way he wants to show it and put a lot of context to it. And look, the more context you've got, the better. But
Cyborg was dope in this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, his CGI.
Yeah, it was very hit and miss. Very, very hit and miss.
There were some shots where I'm like, that suit or that whatever it is, like him, the cyborg part of him, it looked like skinny in parts, and then it looked really weird. I don't know.
It was very hit and miss, but I liked like when he first starts using his powers, and he's just like, "All right, you get $1 million."
Well, but like the CG definitely could have used some polish, but the fact that we actually got a backstory to him, where he just, whereas in
It was good.
the 2017 version, it was just okay, he's just there, and his father made him from a mother box. That's it. That's all you get from the character, and you get more of a in-depth look at his motivations and how the relationship with his father and things like that. It's just, I think, worked very well with the character.
Yeah. I just want to go back quickly to what Lethal just said in regards to the, giving that mother that money. And I think I spoke about this on the high ground, on the high ground in regards to, the scene with Wonder Woman and the kid. And, she says you can be whatever you want to be. Mm-hmm. Some people are calling it, a bit of a woke moment. They're able to look past it, whatever. I feel like we're so hypersensitive. I don't know. But I feel like we're so hypersensitive to these things that, any little thing that we see, it's like, okay, that isn't what that character would do, or, it doesn't feel right. Whereas if we were watching a movie like that back in the 90s, it would be fine. I don't know.
Like, oh, okay, that's sweet. Even though, realistically, we know that the girl cannot be anything that she wants to be. It's something you tell a kid to kind of make
unless it's Donna.
You can be anything you want to be. Can I rape a man in the 80s?
Donna.
Hey, anything you want to be.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Anything you want to be.
Yeah,
hand real fast.
See, like I said, I enjoyed Wonder Woman 84, but it's not good. It's really not good, but I did enjoy it. How much less sense does it even make now?
Well, yeah, I'm saying it definitely.
I haven't seen it, so
it ties into Justice League, and then you have this movie, and it doesn't make any sense at all.
It doesn't even make sense within itself. But I mean,
I'm saying you can see where they were.
Yeah, I
the
get
timeline they were using.
But isn't that the same for Aquaman? In Aquaman, he doesn't know where his father is kept, right? He doesn't know about that place, and he can't go there because there's that big octopus beast thing, right?
I saw the movie once, so I believe, that's the case. But at the same time, Aquaman also, I'm not saying that Aquaman was supposed to be part of the Snyderverse, but Zack Snyder and James Wan were talking because James Wan wanted to tie it in, at least in some respects, to what Zack Snyder was doing. And then when Zack Snyder left and they brought Joss Whedon in, who rewrote the movie, James Wan had to rewrite basically Aquaman. So Aquaman makes sense with Justice League in a way in terms of that timeline.
Yeah.
But when you put in against Zack Snyder's cut,
it doesn't fit. Yeah, doesn't work.
And that's the big reason why.
Well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I think I'm going to jump off. I'm getting tired.
No worries. We're not going to talk about Falcon Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier stuff was good. Falcons I thought was a bit meh. Falcon definitely blew up quite a lot of people at the start. It was kind of whatever overall. I'm not really much of an MCU guy. I think if you're an MCU guy, you're probably going to like it. But I liked the Winter Soldier stuff. Falcon stuff just didn't really pull me in.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Cool. All right, fellas and lady and chat. I will talk to you all later.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Right.
Uru. See you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Jeff, we're going to talk a little bit about Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now, I know, Mari, you haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
And we'll probably just talk about it a little bit, go for a little bit longer, and we'll talk about that. And then we'll probably wrap it up. Again, there hasn't actually been a lot to talk about. And when it does come to Star Wars at the moment, I'm kind of like, I just don't have the energy right now to rage about it. So there's no entertainment value in it.
Disney finally killed Rhino.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do have to ask though, real fast before you get into Falcon and Winter Soldier. Is the Lord of the Rings flex in there, or the Hobbit
Lord of
flex
the
in
Rings.
there? Yeah, where Falcon is explaining the difference between wizards and sorcerers to Winter Soldier.
No.
Nope,
No.
in there? Okay. I saw that clip. I wasn't sure where that
Well,
falls.
in this first episode, because there's only been one episode, I think the next one comes out tomorrow. But in this first episode, they haven't even interacted yet. They actually haven't spoken since the blip, bringing everyone back. By the sounds of things, after that fight, they haven't spoken. That's what it seems like, anyway. Lyndon, what did you think about the episode? Just quickly.
What did I write? I think it was cool seeing Bucky. He's trying to atone for all his past sins as Winter Soldier. Like you see the notebook he had, like Cap. So Cap's notebook in is it Winter Soldier? Yeah, Cap's notebook in Winter Soldier. He's like trying to find out like all the shit that he's missed out on, and Bucky's like going back over everything that he's fucked up, like as Winter Soldier. So. Man, that story, like with him trying to help out the old guy because he killed his son, is fucking crazy, and I don't know how that's going to play out. That's going to backfire on him, I'm pretty sure. I think Falcon's bit in the beginning was kind of Iron Man-esque, when they're flying around in the Middle East. Then you also got Independence Day stuff where they're flying around the valleys with the fighter jets. I'm like, okay, I've seen that before, whatever. And then the end, when he gives up the shield, because they're like, give us the shield, like, because it's an artifact now. And he's like, yeah, okay. And then the very end, some white dude comes out with it. You're like, oh, I can see what they did.
Yeah, but I will I'll show the picture of the end bit. It looks really weird, but my initial thoughts of it, I agree with you how you can sort of see where the inspiration came from in a lot of these scenes, or a lot of those fight scenes, like that opening scene that you were talking about. I did like it. It was man, the kill count in this first episode is just unbelievable. I'm surprised that they actually went so heavy on it. And yeah, there's even a little bit of swearing in there. Do you know what the episode is rated? Let me just have a quick look here. See.
You mean like out of 10?
No. Like as in like M rating. Yeah, it's M rated.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's like PG-13 though.
Basically, it's like so. Is it what? Yeah, I said PG-13. That's a
yeah.
All right.
M15 PG-13. So yeah.
Which.
It just seemed like it didn't have that Disney feel to it, I must admit. But, we've all been disappointed by Disney plenty of times, so expectations can't be too high. But that opening scene with Falcon chasing that was pretty cool. I agree with Lethal in regards to the fact that Bucky's story has so much more weight to it. And, man.
Well, I'm going to say flat out, Bucky should have gotten the shield.
Oh, absolutely, he should have. But obviously, Falcon's feeling like he's not deserving of the shield, and we all think the same thing. But, so he donates it to the museum. At the end of the episode, they reveal that, somebody needs to bring the world together, because it's explained that after everybody came back after 5 years, being clicked away, the allies became enemies, and like things happened obviously within that 5-year period, and borders were, you could freely cross borders and things like that. Things changed massively in the world, and again, they're trying to put this weight on Falcon soldiers, Sam's shoulders, and that seemed a little bit forced to me. Whereas Bucky's story is very much, I loved it. I don't really want to go into it too much. I suppose it doesn't really matter. It's been out for a while. If you're going to watch it, you're going to watch it. So Bucky, he's got this friend. He's this old Asian guy that lives in his apartment building or something, or nearby. And it turns out that on one of Bucky's missions, he killed his son back when he was working for Hydra. And that's haunted, like not really haunted, but this old guy always talks about his son, and Bucky's there having beers with him, and he was the one that killed him while he was overseas. Anyway, it's pretty. I thought it was really, really good. It gives a lot of depth to Bucky, and it shows him how he's struggling with everything. I mean, he's having these nightmares. He's seeing a psychiatrist or a psychologist, whatever, and trying to get all fixed up and being happy. I love that bit where it's like you were saying, Lyndon, he's trying to get redemption over, doing this sort of apology thing to all the people that he's done wrong by or something, or that have done wrong. And he scares the shit out of that girl. And then he says that he's, healing or something, and he just smiles at her, and then all the cops roll up. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah.
I mean, I might watch it. The only thing that piqued my interest was WandaVision, because of how bizarre the episodes looked set up, at least at the beginning. I know how it ends, and I'm not bothering going back and finishing it. So, but I might check this out. It never really. I was kind of ambivalent to it. It looked like they were trying to do a buddy cop, Lethal Weapon type plot in a way, or at least in terms of the partner dynamics with Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we'll see.
About Die Hard with a Vengeance. It's got Sam Jackson.
I gotta show you this end. Oh, well, why did it do that? Sorry. I gotta show you what this guy looks like. You've probably seen it already, because it was a week ago that this episode came out. Here we go. It looks so funny. I can't remember where Lethal said he was from, but I'm sure you've probably seen the meme of him next to that cartoon character from
Up. Yeah.
Up, yeah.
Is this actually in the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is who they announced as the next Captain America, the symbol of hope. So Sam's sitting there watching the news, and they're actually announcing. I didn't share the sound, so I'm not going to be able to share it anyway. But this is after he's handed the shield into the museum, and they come out because they need somebody to, hold the shield and be a beacon of hope and all this kind of thing. And he walks out, and that's legit. And it just looks really weird. Looks really skinny in it. I don't understand. What is he, just a normal cop? That's like, I'm brave. I'm going to be the guy that...
Yeah, well, I think it's like someone they just pulled off the street and say, hey, you want to make $20? That's what it looks like. But I don't know. Just... It's Ed Asner. It looks like Ed Asner. It does. No, I can't unsee that.
I don't know. It was for a pilot episode, or that first episode, it was honestly, I don't know. It's, I mean, they got to set up some sort of story, right? So I get that. And the open action scene was pretty good. The only action scene we really see with Bucky in it is in a dream. And I mean, I don't know who this guy is. Does anybody actually, is he an actual character, or is he just someone that they've made up?
Which character?
Like this guy, the one that's on the screen now.
I have no idea. I mean, I checked out of the MCU, but I don't remember at all seeing him. So I guess he's just created for this show. That's my guess.
Yeah, see, I I don't know. Does anyone in the chat know if this is an actual character from like the comics or something? Oh, there you go. He's from the comic books. Okay.
Which one?
See, I don't. This guy, the one that's on screen. I don't mind if they are going to adapt a story as long as they do it justice. And from WandaVision, they weren't able to do those stories any justice. I don't feel. I know Lyndon disagrees.
What?
With WandaVision.
Well, just the ending. Everyone keeps repeating, and you've repeated it a couple of times, even after I've explained it to you. Well, why doesn't she just get arrested? Because she fucking flies away. Sorry, there you go.
Yeah, but that's not my only issue with the movie, with the
no, but I'm saying that
final
one.
episodes.
Yeah, she has the power to fly away, and she does.
Well, yeah, I don't know. The next episode comes out tomorrow. I'll tell you one thing though is WandaVision had a lot of filler in those first few episodes, but at the end of like those first 3 episodes, it left it on such a cliffhanger that I was so intrigued that I wanted to watch the next one. This ends with this shot pretty much, and from the story, the build up of it, it hasn't like massively intrigued me to the point where I'm like, yeah, I must sit down and watch this episode 2 tomorrow. I probably will watch it, and probably won't be tomorrow, but I will watch it. But you get you know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll get around to watching the first episode, maybe go into the second episode, but never really. Like I've always been more interested in like the Winter Soldier character than Falcon, because Falcon can fly. What else can he do?
Yeah.
What else do you do? He has a little red wing.
He's got a little red wing. Yeah, that's right. See that.
Wow. So he like bought it from Radio Shack. Is that it?
No, it's on the thing, Mara. Don't you remember Civil War?
I do. You mean slap fight at the airport? Yeah, I remember that.
No, there's so much when they dropped a biological weapon, like the pre-COVID COVID.
In this episode,
this was sick right here.
Yeah.
See, this is awesome. Like, I want to know more about Bucky's time as the Winter Soldier, like the actual
Soldier.
You will.
And you will in this. But where was it?
That's right. This was funny.
The conversation between the.
Yeah, he's like, okay. Yeah, I gotta watch some of this. This was funny.
But where was it? Like, this was the thing. Like, they're obviously setting up the story, and I get that. But in a pilot episode that's got to sort of designed to try and hook people, try and, get them wanting to watch the next episodes and things like that, it was telling so much backstory and trying to set up, like, he spends so much time talking to his sister about not selling this boat, and they go to the bank and we see the entire thing with the bank. And I understand that they're trying to set it up that, there was that as well. They're trying to set it up to show that after the 5 years and everyone's returned, that there's so much chaos in the world that even people that, should probably be able to get a loan reasonably easily can't get one through the bank. And,
they changed the law.
Yeah. Any ideas about what this is, Lyndon?
Some super soldiers coming. Oh, someone enhanced. What do they call them in MCU? Enhanced. Someone's enhanced and they fuck him up.
Yeah, they definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting to see
this guy
gets wrecked.
He just
throws him. Wrecks him.
Oh. But again, I will say the kill count in this, especially in this opening scene was pretty sick. Let's just watch a little bit here.
See, that's Iron Man stuff.
Don't really get much action going on here. He gets choppers coming after him. It was just a pretty awesome scene. He gets in this, again, the kill count's like plenty of kills.
Granted, like, don't at me in the chat because I've really never been that into Marvel. Even in the comics, I do love Spider-Man and X-Men, but that's about as far as it goes in most regards. However, I feel like Falcon could have been a very interesting character to develop because I can only, just speaking from like a personal standpoint, being a military vet and myself and how his character was established in Civil War, I feel like he could have been pretty compelling. And like now they've reduced him to like, what are your abilities? You can fly. Okay, I mean, so can Iron Man and War Machine. So can Iron Man and War Machine. So can Thor because he's a god without the aid of any technology. So it's like I need a little bit more to his character to say, oh, like he's actually very like resonates, at least as far as like a superhero status goes, and I just don't see it with this character right now.
Did you check the chat?
I see you adding me, but yes. I'm still peeved at my Twitch notifications because of you, KSMR.
Nah, you already had them in there. Don't lie.
No, because you rated that one chick, and now Twitch is like, oh, because you watched
once. I've rated them like 4 times when you were on. I think you've got more notifications earlier, and you're just not telling anyone.
No, I've repressed them. I've repressed them, but obviously Twitch remembers.
You've oppressed Twitch dots? Oh, there it is.
But now Twitch is like, oh, because you watched 2 seconds of this, and you might like this channel.
Oh, is that how long it takes you to 2 seconds? Okay, cool.
Fight me, London.
I'm trying to make up for Lethal's no biggie.
Yeah. Well, let me say, this guy does not look anything like this guy.
No.
He looks like he's gonna get hurt. Anyway. That's pretty much
the one on the left looks like a mascot at a game event. The other one looks like he's gonna wreck shit.
Yeah.
Pretty much though.
Very true. Well, yeah, I don't know. I probably will end up watching keep watching it, and we'll talk about it, and we'll see where it goes. And again, keep my expectations pretty, simmered. We'll just keep them on low down and see what comes out of it. If we get a great ending, if we get a great story, then good. I'm happy. But after WandaVision, I just got no confidence. What, Lyndon? You sound like you want to hurt me.
No. I'm sending something tomorrow. Just check the DMs. Well, I don't know. WandaVision. Well, I just want to see what's going to happen. Like, they've been setting up all this stuff. Like, what are they going to do with it? What are they going to do with it? Because this was supposed to come out. This was supposed to come out before WandaVision.
Yes, but what's it called? Black Widow was supposed to be out before this, right?
Black Widow was supposed to be out fucking before everything.
When's that due?
July 9.
Right.
June 9? July 9. I don't know. I just made a video on it. Fuck it.
Something like that. Go and watch his video.
It's on Disney Plus and theaters.
I'd have to look into that, but I think technically, like what you said, Lyndon, I think like technically it's true.
Okay.
But
it just popped.
There's like a lot of moving parts to it, so it's like not like simple like black and white.
Okay. Cool. I just want to wreck someone.
That's pretty much it, really. There hasn't been, again, a lot to talk about in the last couple of weeks. The only thing that coming out of Star Wars and Lucasfilm is pretty much the High Republic. And, I mean, does anybody even know if they've started production of the Book of Boba Fett or any of the things that they were supposed to be doing, those 10 shows?
No, they're in the middle of the Civil War.
Have they? Yeah. Have they started shooting Kenobi?
No.
Yeah, they just had to rewrite this. The scripts are good. The scripts are good, but we just have to rework them. That's a direct quote. The scripts are good, but we just got to redo them. What?
And all these are particularly hard because they've got no source material to adapt from.
What?
Did you see that they didn't add Johnny Cage because of politics?
I don't really.
Well,
I did see
Maybe
something.
so.
I saw a little bit of an article that they did. The reason why that Johnny Cage isn't in the Mortal Kombat movie is because he's, I don't know, a white straight male, basically.
so where
I
do you
don't
see that? I mean, I wouldn't put it past them,
Mm.
but I don't know. I think I think it's like you said earlier that we've become so hypersensitive.
Yep.
His removal
Breaking
from the
up a
movie
bit.
is like, oh, it must be because he's a straight white male. I don't want to jump to that conclusion necessarily, because like there's unless the director or producer or whatever comes out and says this is the reason why and it's that reason. Like it's just a conclusion you're jumping to because of identity politics, because it have become so ingrained in pop culture that you're seeing them everywhere, even though it could be a story reason that he gets introduced in another movie because it's supposed to be a franchise planned, not just one film. So,
what was it, Blake, that you heard? Just let us know in the chat. Because again, what was the particulars on it? What was just the particulars on why he wasn't actually in there? What do you got here?
Timon flip.
That's funny. That's so good. That's perfect. Yeah, well, I am kind of, I don't care. Like, identity politics, again, is like we've been saying tonight, we're so hypersensitive to these things now that it's just going to be in everything. We've just got to now sort of start to succumb to the idea. I mean, we can always fight for it and try and push against it. But if they're going to make it, they're going to make it. And at the moment, this is what they're making. So if they're going to take Johnny Cage out and they're going to not put any other identity politics bullshit in there, well, then cool. Give me just a good old, it pisses me off because Johnny Cage is one of the, you know, original Mortal Kombat characters, probably should be in there more than others. But I don't know.
So, well, I mean, like it's like for me, it's like I don't want to say Brian to say that that's exactly what happened because we have Kano in the movie as well, and he's about as straight white male as you can get from the gaming franchise. So I don't want to say that that's the reason why that Johnny Cage was excluded. Now the fact that he was excluded, I think, is pretty stupid because he's one of like the big three when you take Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, and Liu Kang. Like they're the big three in the Mortal Kombat universe, like the big three heroes. And so for his exclusion, that doesn't make any sense there. But if it's supposed to be a franchise like what the director wants, then he could be included because there's so many characters within that realm to be introduce into this franchise.
Yeah.
So like I said, I just don't want to jump to any conclusion and say, oh yeah, that's definitely the reason why, until the director or writer themselves come out and says, oh, the reason why we didn't include Johnny Cage is because he's a straight white male. I'm not going to jump to any conclusion there.
Yeah. If it was just about like because he was going to take up too much space, you know, take up too much real estate, that's just ridiculous. You know, don't. Okay, so why is he going to take up so much real estate? Because he's maybe a bit of a fan favorite. Maybe a lot of people actually like him. So again, why are we not putting him on the screen? It's the same argument about why didn't we get the Luke Skywalker we should have got in the sequels? Oh, because every time he was on the screen, he was overshadowing everybody else. And no shit. No shit. It's such a stupid argument. So instead of actually putting on the screen what everybody wants to see, you take it away because it's going to take up too much real estate, which is basically what everybody wants to see. It just doesn't add up. Like these creatives, it's stupid. Stupid fucking people. I'm also looking forward to Top Gun, but I haven't heard anything about I've heard about Mortal Kombat, but I haven't heard anything about Top Gun. Has anybody heard about Top Gun?
Is it still coming out? Because that was supposed to be released like May of last year, and
yeah,
I've not seen any announcements for like a re-release date for that movie, and that's another one that I was looking forward to because it looked like they'd actually prospected the first Top Gun movie. So I don't know. I have not seen anything.
You heard anything, Lyndon? You seem to be on top of these things.
I usually check when the movies are coming out, but the Top Gun. It reminds me of Captain Marvel. Release. It still says 1st of July, but I doubt that.
I wonder if that movie's finished and they're just waiting to release it in theaters.
Release.
Are your theaters open, Mara?
They are open, but they're still running at limited capacity because my governor is a dick.
Right.
But it's so because I'm going to go see the Godzilla vs. Kong movie next week with my brother and sister.
That's cool. I think that's when is that released already, or is that being released like this week or something? Because I think that's in theaters here. Yeah.
Wait, when it's out already.
Yeah, so like you sometimes get movies.
I'm gonna go see that.
Like
July
you got
1st.
the movie now, and we get it next week on the 31st. But we're seeing it. My brother and sister and I are seeing it on the Good Friday, April 2nd, because it's basically easier to do it on a weekend versus like the Wednesday.
Yeah, Top Gun
Cool.
still says July 1st, but that's on our event cinemas, and that can change because other movies like that still say a release, they get pushed. So we'll see. Let me go.
Well, our theaters have been open for a while now, but they just don't have movies to play, really.
Black Widow still hasn't been reinstated, even though it's been released. The dates have been announced.
That'll get a theatrical release here.
Yeah, but it's on Disney Plus as well, same day. That's gonna fuck up a lot of stuff.
You got to buy it though, right? Like get a
like
premium thing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, because again, there hasn't been a lot to talk about. I'm actually getting really tired, even though it's reasonably early for me. Usually I'd go, probably at least another hour. But and there hasn't really been, like I said, that much to talk about. It's the stupid High Republic. It's Lucasfilm being dickheads, as they usually are. And you got Falcon and Winter Soldier, which, again, there's not much to talk about with that because it's been one episode and it's all sort of this slow build setup stuff. And we've talked, I think, enough Justice League, amongst over the course of the last week or so, I suppose. So there's really not too much to talk about. Is there anything that you guys saw or want to talk about at all? Anything you want to rage out about?
Well, I mean, if I have the energy after having lunch to do a video, I might rage out over this Kotaku Australia article of all things, where the title is, "You don't have to run the exclusive reveal for the war crime game," meaning 6 Days of Fallujah. And I'm like, thank you for reducing the military to basically war criminals. Thank you for that.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, do that video. It's fucking clown world that we live in. I'll tell you what, everybody gets offended for some of the most ridiculous shit. I don't know if you all have seen, and we're going to talk about it probably on the Full Aussie. Should I mention it or not?
Just mention it. Yeah, Wankgate.
Oh, I wasn't going to mention that one. I was going to mention the other one.
What other one?
Canceling that ice cream,
yeah,
no,
the Daniel put in the chat.
Yeah.
That petition is so gay.
Oh, man, the gayest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, make sure you watch the Full Aussie tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night, the night after, sorry.
Make sure you watch my 1K celebration stream tomorrow night.
Yes, do that. Oh, plug your shit, Lyndon. What do you got coming up? What are you doing?
2 footy games tomorrow night, and then I'll probably start, 12:30, 1 a.m. Eastern, and I'll be doing a 1K celebration stream for anyone, pretty much a lot of people who want. Ryan loves a gay time. That is true.
That's
If you want any more context to that comment,
yeah. That's why he
go and
liked
watch
reach around
Mr.
joke. That's why he liked the reach around joke in Justice League.
yeah, loved
Could be
it.
that again, Rich man.
Drop the soap. I mean, don't drop the soap. Yes, well, go and subscribe to Lyndon. He's doing the footy streams. Footy's back in town, so he is doing those. I jumped on for a little bit tonight, which was a bit of fun. It's always fun to talk footy, and I always talk about my stupid kangaroos that can't win anything. And yes, go and watch his videos and help him with his watch time. He's nearly there, like me.
There. Yeah.
I'm like 80 hours away.
80
No,
hours.
not
fuck.
even. Less than that. Less than that now.
All right, let's get like 300 people in my stream tomorrow night, and then we'll beat Rhino.
Yeah, beat me to monetization. How funny would that be? And as for me, of course, 2 nights we're doing the full Aussie, and then of course we've got the high ground on the Geek Blends channel Sunday afternoon or Saturday evening if you're in the States, and I'll just keep doing my reaction videos. I'm just going to keep talking about Star Wars as Star Wars things come up. And I've got some other things in the works. I know I keep talking about it and keep telling you guys that I've got things in the works. And they will be coming out very soon, I promise.
Yeah, when's that special edition coming?
It's coming.
That's what she said.
I'll cop it for that, I promise.
Oh, I don't care. I'll back you.
I don't care either. I don't care either. But everyone in the chat, I thank you all very, very much for being here. And I'm going to leave you with this. I need volume.
Yeah, I was gonna
for this.
Boomer.
Yeah, that's because it's just here. I did share the sound. My bad. Here we go again.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey, parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already training trap factories out on the street? That's okay. Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
Even works on pets.
Oh, after we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We
That
didn't know
dude's in One Division.
so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more. Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar...
I feel pregnant.
And don't wait. Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying...
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time. Thanks, Nap Time.
Nap Time, when they just won't shut up. Nap Time is not legal in the following states.